and I'm sitting here with Remedy Maiden, y'all. How you feeling today?
Hi, I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm excited to have you on the show. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
right now, for the people that don't know who you are, can you let them know a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Certainly. Yes, I am Jaleesa Dalmida, but I go by Remedy Maiden. I sing, I do like a jazz, funk, opera kind of music fusion kind of thing. And I also am the owner and creator of NC Talents Vibe. So, yeah, there's a lot we're going to talk about today, actually.
That's a fact right there. I'm definitely excited. Right now, I'm going to jump into I Wish You Were Mine and let the people hear some of what you do. All right.
Okay, cool, cool, awesome.
That's dope right there.
Yes. Oh man, that's so exciting. It's so
That's
exciting.
that's dope right there. What inspired you to make this song?
Oh man, so every artist they have their own like trials and then what they go through, relationships, things like that. And I guess for me, I really just wanted to talk about being in love, like that deep kind of passionate love, you know what I'm saying? Like, ooh. So that's where it came from, like falling in love, being in love, and just really knowing somebody, So it's different than just dating and then you kind of trying to get to know them. But then when you get to that point where you're just like, ooh, you guys are like connected,
That's
that's
a whole
awesome.
nother level. Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And I want them to hear your range, so I'm gonna let it play just a little bit more. I'm over here still vibing. I want them to hear your range because you definitely got a powerful voice. Definitely got
Thank
a
you.
powerful
Thank
voice.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, you can tell them where they can find that song at too as well.
It's gonna be on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, all social media really, and I always post it on my Instagram page as well. So it's just awesome, so awesome, yeah.
Okay, okay. So you do a lot of things. We're gonna jump right into it. What did you do first?
The first thing, of course, was modeling. I did a lot of modeling. I started off doing, of course, a school like John Casablanca, Barbizon, and so I really, was like, okay, modeling's okay. But the reason why I did modeling is to get to the music. I love music, so I thought maybe I could do some modeling, pay for the studio time, and then work that way. But I
Right.
found out the modeling industry is not as easy to get into as I thought it was. So
That's definitely a
yeah,
fact. So modeling, you kind of tall. How tall are you?
Well, I am 5'11" without heels, but of course in the morning you're always taller, so I'm 6 feet. It's like so
Wow.
5'11" slash 6 feet, and then I wear heels, 6-inch heels. Gotta have them. Gotta have them.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
start. So 6-inch heels. How long did it take you to learn how to walk in the 6-inch heels?
I came out the womb walking in heels. Come on
Oh
now.
wow.
Like
Oh
it's
wow.
natural, you know. Now what I'm working on doing is dancing in heels. Of
Dancing in
course,
heels.
I'll be watching my Beyonce video, so I'd be like, okay, let me see if I can try.
I feel you on that. And I'm pretty sure it looks a lot easier than it actually is.
Right. It is, man, something different, especially when you're trying to dip and do all this booty shaking. It's like, oh my
Oh wow.
goodness.
Oh wow. So let me ask you a question. With the modeling and singing, do they help each other, or like how did you make the transition to do both?
Oh man. So modeling goes hand in hand, and then it comes in with the music, as in like, how do I say it? Like when you do performances, a lot of fashion shows want artists and things like that. So I figured if I could model, then I could also do the artist side of things as well.
Right.
So that's where I got really started in trying to do fashion shows. And then I worked my way up to saying, hey, well, since I run the show, let me be in act two, and then I can sing and blow you guys away. So that's how that worked.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense. So what was the best or the most experience that you remember the most in your modeling career?
Oh man. I want to say that I auditioned for women's empowerment one year. I think it was 2011, and that was just a really like awesome experience because out of 1,000 women, I was picked in the top 10. So that really made me feel pretty special.
Oh yeah.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So that was one of the experiences. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So that's definitely big. So 10 out of 1,000.
Right.
Wow. So that's a big, definitely something to be proud of. A definitely big accomplishment.
Hmm.
What are some of the
Certainly.
photographers that you work with, and which photographer did you like the best?
Um, I have a really good friend named Shantae. TNT Photography, definitely hit her up because she's really, really great at what she does. Um, let's see, who else? Who else? Oh man, Rob Saunders. I worked with man on the spot. There's so many. I'm so sorry. It's
Right.
this, but there's a lot of photographers I work with, and I'm gonna be naming them. I also did a lot of articles on them because I write.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so when I come back to me on that one, once I have all the list,
Right.
but I do know a lot of them. Trust me. Oh, a lot.
That's cool. That's cool. I definitely understand. So you definitely been doing your thing for a while. What
Oh
age
yeah.
did you start modeling?
I want to say like, are you saying like take it seriously or just kind of started dabbling? I
Both.
guess
Both.
maybe about 15, 16, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been doing it for a while. And
Yeah.
when did you first know that you wanted to be a singer?
Oh man, that goes all the way back to chorus. Like I used to, in school, grade school, I was in chorus. I was in like the special ensemble chorus.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I did it all. We won trophies, we took trips, like we were the top best in the school because I went to an international baccalaureate school, which is like high grade, good
Right.
good grades, good scores. So yeah.
Wow.
And I was selected to be in that school as well. Out of what, like 100, there was 3 of us that were selected to go to that school. So yeah.
Wow. Right. So that's
Oh yeah.
big. That's big. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a little town called Havelock, North Carolina, but I was born in Brooklyn, New York, believe it or not.
That's what's up right there. I'm from Brooklyn as well. What part of Brooklyn?
Oh man, don't ask me that. I was like 2.5 years old. All I know is I was born in Brooklyn Hospital, and then I came to North Carolina. That's about it.
Okay, okay. Well, a lot of people they were born in Brooklyn and came to NC. I'm one of those people, so I definitely feel you on
Yeah.
that.
Oh
So,
God,
wow. So,
that's great. I know, right?
what was that transition like in being a Havelock? Is that where the school was?
So Havelock was when I was like little, like from 2 to on up to 6 or whatever, and
Okay.
Havelock's a small town. It's military. It's a military town. Not a lot of people. Everyone knows everybody. So to transition from that little town where I went to a Christian school where there was only, 2 Black students. I was one of them. There was me and another Black boy. So yeah, there was 9 students and there was 2 black children, me and another boy. And
Wow.
it was just a different life. Like it really was. So when I came to Raleigh, it was like, whoa, kind of like a mini culture shock, because now I'm
Right.
seeing diversity, I'm seeing all this different things. So I'm still coming out of my shell a little bit, learning these different things, but I'm having a great time. So
I feel you on that, yo. It all goes together. So it's like you well seasoned. You got a little bit of the city life, a little bit of the small town. Now you in Raleigh, so you put it all
yeah.
together, and
Oh yeah, definitely.
you definitely representing. So what was the school experience like? What was that like in this performing art school?
So, oh man, so yeah, they did, of course they had the acting, the theater, the chorus. Me, I really studied music, as in studied music notes. I
Right.
took piano classes as well. I studied opera with a nice, beautiful lady named Laura Fabio. Bless her heart, she's so sweet.
Okay.
I did, yeah, I studied opera for 2 years, and I learned how to read music really well. So I'm not just an artist. I like to consider myself a musician. So yeah. Yeah.
Right. Right. That makes a difference. So how many instruments can you play?
Just, well, let me see. The tambourine, I don't know if you consider that a instrument, but the piano, and then of course the voice is also considered an instrument. So I guess
Definitely.
that's three.
Three.
I guess that's
Okay.
three.
All right. All right. So let me ask you. You say you learned how to play music, and this was in the school.
Mhm.
Around what age did you learn how to play piano?
What was it like? What's high school? I think high school it is like 14, 15 years old. I think that's
14,
what it
15.
is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
right.
So I know in singing you have to know the notes and the range. So did that help you? You think, or did it not make a difference?
It did help. It helped with like pitch, range. I found out that I have perfect pitch, meaning that I can
Wow.
locate, yeah, I can locate an octave on a piano and just sing it. My voice automatically knows what octave I'm in. It's just like a gift.
It's a gift from, yeah. That's what I was about to say. It's definitely a gift. Wow. So knowing the notes and knowing your pitch and stuff like that, do you think opera helped in your career with your music, or did you know at the time when you were growing up that this was planning your future, or you was taking your steps into your future at the time?
All I knew was that I wanted to sing. That's all I knew. Because every time the high school would put something on with music, I was always there. And I really wanted to be in the top vocal ensemble at our school.
Right.
It was called the chamber choir at our high school, but I never quite made it there. I made it to the second best, which is the all
Okay.
girls ensemble. And I was like, you know what? Now I have a goal, because now I want to be a top artist so I can
Right.
sing whenever I want, however I want, and just be the best. So yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's dope, and you're definitely doing that. So not only do you sing, do you write as well?
Oh yeah, poetry. I started, so all of this, so I didn't really officially know my gift until like much after, but I started writing poetry. I started
Okay.
writing novels, short stories, novellas, screenplays, you name it, I could write it. So I love to write. I have like a treasure chest, a huge treasure chest just
Wow.
filled with articles and notebooks and writing. Yeah, it's a lot, but I like to write like love fantasy stories, like anime and like
Wow.
Japanese animation.
And
Yes.
everything. Wow. So you're well rounded. Not you're not just sticking to one thing. So that's definitely dope
Right,
right there. That's dope.
right.
So what writers inspire you?
Oh man, Laureen McDaniel. I That's my favorite. So growing up, I used to read her books because they were more like inspirational, like teenage young adult love stories.
Right.
So that was my thing, because I was a hopeless romantic, back then. So I was like, oh, love is so beautiful, yay.
Wow. There's nothing wrong with that. It's still alive right now, but you know how it is. We
Oh
grow
yeah,
older,
definitely.
definitely. So you was a hopeless romantic. What other
Hmm.
authors inspired you?
Um, I kind of, Stephanie Myers was one. The
Stephanie
Twilight
Meyer.
series. I kind of got, yeah, I did get into Twilight. I know it's kind of like a nerd thing, but hey, I love it. I love comic books, anime, anything like that. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you said anime. So what's your favorite anime series?
Oh man, oh man. Right now, I don't know if you watch anime, but if you ever
A
need
little
to get
bit.
into anime, please watch One Piece. I
One Piece.
love One Piece. Yes, I love
I'm
it.
not. I'm gonna have to check it out. I've
Because
been watching the fairy tales.
Oh, okay. How was that? How was
It's
that?
pretty good. I like fairy tales. It's pretty good.
Is
Yeah.
it like, have you ever watched a show called Seven Deadly Sins?
I have watched Seven Deadly Sins.
Okay.
It's
Oh
similar.
man,
Yeah, similar.
I love, yes. So fairy tale, is it more like a watered down version of like Seven Deadly Sins? Like a kid
Or
version?
it's like a kid version of that. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
they
okay.
definitely get it in. It's like a school where they learn they all learn different similar. They learn different styles and they wind up
Mhm.
doing battles and competitions to gain rank
Oh
and stuff
wow.
like that. So it's pretty dope.
Okay. Did you ever watch Bleach?
Bleach. My children
Oh
been trying to
yes.
put me on Bleach. I watched it a couple times. My kids, they real big on Bleach though. Bleach.
Yes,
Shout out to
yes.
Bleach.
Oh man, that I mean, it took you so many series, and you find like, oh, Ichigo. Okay, he the shit. Okay,
Right.
we got you, Ichigo.
Right.
That's
Right.
how you're gonna feel about One Piece. When you watch One Piece, please let me know how you feel about it because I love it. I didn't like it at first. I was like, this is corny. I didn't like it. As soon as I got into it, I was like, okay, I got this. I'm writing it down.
Wow. I feel you on that, yo. So that's dope right there. So all right, let me ask you a question because you're a model that sings, and people they'll
Mhm,
look at you and they would never
mhm.
think you watch anime.
Right.
What's the misconception about Remedy? What's one big
Well,
conception that people have about you?
I guess I would say it would be that maybe it would be like she doesn't have a personality. I've heard people say, tell me, I've actually heard people say that, maybe not tell me to my face, but I've
Right.
heard people say, oh, she don't have a personality, but that is not true. I definitely do.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what singers inspired you? Like, which singers would you say
Mm.
you looked up to when you were coming up as a kid versus now? Or did they stay the same or did they change along the way?
Well, I grew up listening to a lot of classical, soul, a lot of classical music. Man. But just to keep it relevant, of course, everyone knows the Beyonce, Rihanna, but I also like Adele. I like
Yeah.
Sam Smith.
Oh yeah.
I also like rock music. So yes, the other thing is you would never guess it, but I love rock music. I like rock, screamo, metal, heavy metal. I like
Wow.
all that. Yes.
Wow. So how
And
did you get into the rock?
well, I used to go, okay, so at first I used to have a little group of friends and they took me to like a little indie band. And I was like, okay, this is cool. And the drummer of that indie band, like he did like a free little style and I just got into it. Because one of my things is I want to be able to play the drums one day. Like I just love the drums.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Right.
I got into the rock music and then I started just going to local like rock concerts and I loved it. Like my first band that I actually heard was a group called Starting Tuesday and they were like the indie
Wow.
sort of rock kind of thing, but after that I just took it off. But of course, everyone should know Evanescence. That's who I really like. I
Right.
like Evan.
Everybody knows Evanescence. Yeah, they
Yes.
dope though. Dope. They
Yes,
dope. That's dope. And I
that's
didn't want to
right.
cut you off early. We were talking about the ones that inspired you. You said a lot of powerful singers, and then I cut you off. I didn't mean to, so I'll let you pick up from where you are.
Oh no, you're fine. So I did say Adele. I also like Sam Smith. Oh man, of course I like The Weeknd. As
Weekend.
far as vocals are concerned, because I'm really big on there's entertainers and then there's people who could
Right.
sing, like sing, you
Right.
know. And the people who can sing is Whitney Houston. I love Whitney Houston's voice.
Oh
Everyone
yeah.
loves Whitney Houston.
Yes.
As far as like vocals, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Christina Aguilera, all vocals. Even on Ariana Grande, she has some vocals on her too, you know.
Yes. Yes. She does.
As far as entertainers go, it would be Britney Spears, of course, Beyonce,
Okay.
of course, number one, Rihanna, you know, so
Those
yeah,
guys. Okay.
yeah.
So, what would you label your sound if you had to pick a genre or you had to pick a vein that you were in? What's your sound?
Um, I guess I'm a mix. I used to say when I was growing up that I'm a mix of like Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Adele, and Amy Lee from Evanescence.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
powerful. That's a powerful combination right there.
Oh yeah,
That's a,
they got some vocals on them. Like,
oh
and the
yeah.
thing is, you know you can sing when you can sing a cappella. That's how you know. When you can just straight sing a cappella and people still be clapping for you, then okay, you got them vocals.
Oh yeah. That's a fact right there. That's a fact. So how old were you when you did your first show?
When I first performed,
Right.
Oh man, I was okay. So my first performance was in college and I was so nervous. It was a talent show. I was so nervous, but people liked it.
Right.
Yeah, they liked it. I actually have that performance on my YouTube channel, which I still have it, and I'm just like,
Wow.
yeah. I think I sang a rendition of "Summertime." I think I did a rendition of "Summertime," which you know the song
Wow.
"Summertime and the living is easy." You know?
I
Okay.
definitely know. I was see. I was gonna put you on the spot. I was gonna say, "Do you remember it?" and let us hear it, but you beat me to that. So
Okay.
that's the difference between an entertainer and, like you said, a singer, because
Mm-hmm.
no music, you just jump right into it.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of
Oh
people
yeah. You
can't do
have
that.
to.
A
That's
lot of
right.
people can't
You
do
have
that.
to. Of
So
course, it's
how
much
important?
louder and more beautiful, you know, when the music comes on. Because when I sing, so the other thing, misconception you were saying about misconceptions is
Right.
when people don't think I have a big voice. I have a huge voice, like
Wow.
huge and beautiful. It's not loud and gross, but it's huge and beautiful and gorgeous. So
Wow. That's
yeah.
dope. And that's definitely I heard some of it on the song. So let me ask you, how often do you work on your vocals? Like did you do coaching, or did you just kind of get it natural? And how often do you work on your vocals? And how important is that as a singer?
Well, of course, natural because my mom and my dad used to sing. They both used to be in choir together.
Wow.
So I guess I like to say I'm like a singing angel, a combination of angels, you know, singing.
Right.
And then of course I did the opera classes and then the schooling. So it was now I
Now.
just sing every day, especially
Wow.
musical theater. Do you like musicals?
I do. I do.
Okay. What's your favorite musical?
I hate to say it, but I would say, if I had to pick one recent, I would say High School Musical.
Okay. Well, I don't want to get into topic about musicals because we could be here all night, but I like
I mean, we got time.
Ragtime. Rent is a good one.
That's
Evita
good.
is another one. But Carmen, I think Beyonce did Carmen recently. Oh,
The hip
I
hopera.
just
The
love
hip
music.
hopera. Oh
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
I remember Karma.
Um, I love musicals. So that's where all that came from as well. And so every day I just do a little vocal range. Even on my Instagram, I just pick a song and I just start freestyling. That's another thing to keep your mind sharp, and you need a freestyle. Just pick a beat and just go with it. You know, just start
I feel
saying
you on that.
things.
Wow. So you freestyling singing, not rapping, freestyle singing.
Well, I can rap a little bit too. You know, I try. I also try to sing in different languages and try to rap with it. Like
Are you
yes,
serious?
yes.
Let me
So
hear
I start
something
out
right quick, if
singing,
you don't
you know,
mind.
in
Let me hear
different
something.
languages. Wait, let me hear something rapid. Oh
Sing it
no,
in
no,
a
no.
different language.
We ain't to that level yet. But I'll sing
We-
something.
Right.
Oh man, Rihanna sang a song called "Te Amo," which is she was like Te Amo," she says to me.
That's dope. That's
Right,
dope.
but of course, when I freestyle, I just try to say whatever I could think of. But I do like that song, by the way.
Wow. See, one thing about you, you're not scared. You're not scared. Because even if you told me you rap, spit something, I'm going to take a second. I can't just jump into it. I have to get into it. But I like that about you. It's just boom, ready to go. Ready to
Yes,
go.
yes,
And that's the difference between being ready and getting ready. You're the
right,
type
right.
that's already ready, so you don't have to get ready.
Oh yeah, someone's like, sing me a little ditty. I'll be like, okay, hey, what's up? And let's do it.
Wow.
Opera, what you want? Rock music?
That's that's dope. So what artists is that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with? Like, what is your top five
Oh
artists that you would
man.
love to work with?
Let's see. Well, there's an artist in South Carolina named Lucas Swing. I really like his music.
Okay.
XL on top, she is beautiful. I love her. Freedom Infinite is another one. There's also an
Beautiful.
artist named Levito that I really want to work with, and an artist named Blessed that I want to work with. So
Wow. That's
hopefully
dope.
they will see this and be like, hey, we want to work with you too.
I know Freedom Infinite, so I'm gonna tag him. I'm gonna
Yes,
jump
I
in his
love him.
inbox and
I,
make
I
that happen.
do.
Yeah, I'm gonna make
he
that
he is
happen right
so
there.
chill, right? He's
Yeah,
so chill. I love him, and I just hope that he works with me on one song. All I want is just one song, so we'll see. We'll make it work. Yeah.
yeah. I'm about to holler at him. Freedom Infinite. Salute to Freedom Infinite out there. He's definitely doing his thing in North Carolina. Much
Oh yeah.
respect for him. Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
he's definitely a good person, good brother.
Oh right,
Definitely.
right. I love it.
All right. So as far as NC Talent vibe, let's talk about that. Where did that come from?
Hmm. Well, just a little background. So I used to be a part of this like promotions group, which I loved. I absolutely loved it, but then it went downhill for whatever reason. I
Okay.
guess management just wasn't in order. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of not being able to have my own. I want to be able to promote artists and models whenever I want to and,
Right.
highlight them how I want. So that's where NC Talents Vibe came from. So it's my baby. And now I started off writing articles, which I still do.
Okay.
But now I'm looking more into the promotion side of things and really putting artists out there because I find that North Carolina has a lot of talent. We got some
Oh yeah.
good quality people. The only thing is they don't have a lot of fans or followers, and people in North Carolina, they just don't want to, for some reason, in Raleigh particularly, they don't want to support each other, So it's like, we
Yes.
got all this good talent. If we all just could work together for a day or an hour, do you know how much money we could make and how much awesome this could be? Like, come on now,
That's
like,
real right there. You said a mouthful right there. We could just pull
I know,
together. We could
right?
get so far.
Work
We could be so
together.
further along.
Yes. I be
Definitely.
meeting some people who are just gifted, and I'm like, wow, why are you not, on the higher level? Why are you not in Atlanta doing stuff or traveling or whatever? And it's
Right.
because they just don't have a following. And that's the same way with me. I don't have, it's like it's hard to get people to follow something because they like your stuff, but then
Right.
underneath they try to be hating sometimes,
Oh yeah. Definitely. It's like they threat. They know you. They see your potential and they get intimidated by it.
But I always say people don't be intimidated. Work with the people you feel intimidated by. Learn from them. Take notes, so you can level up, boss up. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling
That's
you.
a fact right there. That's definitely a fact. So, what's your ultimate 5 year goal as far as like you're singing? Do you want to get signed? You want to be indie? What's your path?
Well, it would be great if I could like have my own record label, which would be great. Because then I could pick my own artists to like promote and help get to where they want to be. But that's like long, long down the line. But right now, I just want to sing. And the other thing is, I really hope that at some point in time, I get to sing at the Super Bowl. I know. People are like, oh, that's not, it could happen. I've
It
seen
can.
it could happen. Okay.
It definitely
So
can.
I believe it. I want to be on an international level. That's why I put NC Talents Vibe is not just local or national. It's on an international level because I actually have met people in other countries who are willing to help me promote these artists on an international scale. So I really want to take it to that level. So yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Keep going. Don't never stop. So NC Talent Vibes, not only is it about you and promoting other artists, you do write-ups and stuff like that. What other things do you do? Events? I see a lot of things going on with NC Talent Vibes. And even on your posts, I see you put a lot of artists up there, and I'd be like, yo, I never heard of that. So people are
Yeah.
watching and you definitely bring a lot of good talent. So what
Yeah.
inspired you besides wanting to have your own? And I know eventually you want your record label. What is
Hmm.
it about the support? What's inside of you? You're an artist. You could be going for self, but
Hmm.
instead you're helping others.
Right.
Where did that come from?
Well, naturally I don't, it's really weird because a lot of people are like, oh, she's so shy, she don't want to talk, but I love helping people. It's just something, a gift in me. Even when at a regular job, that's what I do. I help people,
Wow.
excuse me. Yeah, I help people with their finances and their money, so that's a different side. But I guess for me is I just see so many artists, even right now on my Facebook and Instagram, and they have some good quality music. It's the quality I'm after. I'm kind of tired of seeing the same old repeated rap thing or R&B thing, and I just want something with some substance again. Like,
Right.
Billie Holiday, oh man, Etta James, those types of artists, they had like quality to their sound, and they were singing about something important. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
That's
So
facts right there. And they did it from the
I
heart as
miss
well.
that. I miss that soul. I miss that genuine love in the music. I miss that.
Wow. That's dope. So what are some producers that you work with and some producers that you may not have worked with that you would like to work with?
Oh man. We're gonna have to come back to that because that's another list thing. Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
have to come back to that. List
Okay.
thing.
Okay. So what type of sound do you like? Because you do the rock, you got a whole lot of different genres. What's your creative process when you're coming up with a song? Like when you putting it together, where does it come from?
Mhm.
Like what inspires you, and how do you know this is
Um,
the record?
It is, well, I have to feel it, of course. And for me, that's why a lot of times people are like, why don't you just sing this song and just sing it? I don't want to be like anyone else. I used to have, well, the other thing you should know about me is I used to be a part of two bands. I used to be a part of like a jazz fusion band, which didn't work out because they kept trying to put me in a box, and I don't want to be in a box. I want to be able to sing how I feel when I feel it, whenever I want to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
they kept saying that I sing like an artist called Sade, which beautiful artist.
Right.
She had her time, did her thing. Even now, still her music's still popular and loved, but that's not me. You know, I'm,
Right.
I'm just not. I'm more
Right.
of like a diva. Like, hey, let's rock it out. You know, when you really
Right.
get to know me. So I just wanted to branch off of that, and then I tried to be a part of a rock band, and that just didn't work out because it just wasn't organized. But if I could get a rock band together, oh, yes, yes, going
Wow.
for the
Wow.
rock band.
I feel you on that. So how important is it between like singers and performers, even rappers? What's the big major difference between rapping or singing to a track and having a band?
Oh, okay. So band is about tempo. You got to make sure you stay on the beat, and you got to make sure that you guys are in sync. Because
Right.
sometimes if the song might be good, but if the instruments are playing too fast, then it's gonna mesh, you know. And I used to do a lot of live. I used to perform at a club called 30 Plus.
30 plus.
Um, yeah. I don't know if you know what that is. That's in Raleigh,
Oh
North
yeah, I
Carolina,
know.
but
Yeah, I know about
yeah,
30 plus. Oh yeah.
it's a little club in the back somewhere, you know, and that's where I kind of, try to do a lot of practicing. But yeah, if you make sure you and everyone's on sync and you guys are in the same page, because if you don't, it'll look like chaos on stage, and that's not good. Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. Do
Yeah.
you prefer a track or do you prefer a band?
I prefer a band, to be honest. Only because then I can, but it just depends on how skilled they are. Because sometimes I can tell a band, hey, play this and play it in this type of key, and they already got it.
Wow.
But I'll do a track. I mean, either one I can do. I just, prefer a band.
Okay. Now, I definitely feel you. I watched a movie one time on James Brown. You're not like James Brown on the band with it because he kind of snapped on.
No, 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 no. I'm sweet with it. I know how to adapt. I'm sweet with it, you know.
Okay, okay, that's dope right there. But the thing is, you know the sound and you know what you want. So sometimes you have to stand on that because people will try and change it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. And that's another thing I had to understand as far as an artist is that you have to stay true to your sound. You cannot everyone wants to be a Beyonce or Rihanna, and I get it. They're both lovely, lovely, wonderful, but who are you? You know? And that's how I had to ask myself, how do I sing? How do I sound? And then oftentimes I used to have to when I was growing up, people would say, "Oh, you sing like you're in a bubble. You sing like you're in a bubble. You sing like this, sing like that." No, I sing like I'm wonderful. I sing like I'm amazing. I'm a superstar. Okay. Like,
Right.
and yeah, so that's where the opera came in, and that's where, you just got to know who you are. Like, and that's why I love music. And I tell people every day, I'll choose music over anything else. If I ever got my gift taken away, which my gift did get taken away one time. That's a
Really?
long story. That's another story. But yeah, um, I cried for 2 weeks straight. Like, please, please, God, give me back my gift to sing, please. And then it finally came back. Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow. In those situations right there, a lot of times when you lose that gift right there, you appreciate it more. So it's like, did you think that gave
Mhm.
you more hunger? Like, was that like a more flame to go harder, or did you fall into a depression? What happened?
Oh no, no, no. That was definitely a wake up call to say, hey, you got to get it together.
Right.
And so that's what I did. And that's when I started really writing music. Because at first I was nervous. I just took my poetry and tried to turn it into music, which, was cool. But then I started really going hard for it. And I started singing about things that matter to me. And I noticed when I sing, when I'm angry, mm, beautiful,
The
beautiful sounds.
emotions are in it now. It's like you have your passion. So that's dope.
Right,
That's dope.
right.
That's
That's right.
dope. So outside of that, you do a little acting as well?
Yes. So the 20 bands premiere, and this is something that I didn't at first I was really shy. I wasn't even gonna do it because I was so shy and so scared. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't act. But I acted on spot, so that was good. They gave me the line say, and I just did it, and it came out beautiful. I was
Wow.
like, wow, I need to have more faith in myself, be more confident in this acting thing.
I feel
20 bands. The premiere of it is going to be in the movies. It's a part of a series this Saturday.
this
And I was the bodyguard in 20 bands. So it's like a music video movie kind of theme, you know. So
okay. So is it kind of
yeah.
like Carmen almost, or different, a little bit different?
Um, it has like a, I guess maybe mafia undertones kind of theme, you know, like
Okay.
yeah, it's when you see it, you're gonna be like, okay. And when you see me, you're gonna be like, what? This girl is so goofy. How is she playing a serious part?
Versatile. I mean, that's talent, that's skill. You can wear many hats, and you
Right.
do wear many hats. So for the
Thank
people that don't
you.
know, what all do you do? Because you do a lot. I do a lot, but I think you might even do more than me. What all do you do?
Well, I write the articles, which I absolutely love. I love highlighting talent. I sing. I do the I I sang. I'm sorry, I sang. And then I also model, of course, and then do the promotions. I mean, it's a lot, to be honest. But I guess, you know, and I used to teach too, just to let you know. I used to teach.
Wow.
Um, I thought about teaching music, which would be great. I really think I'd be a great music teacher. What do you think?
I think it'd be good because you're knowledgeable and you definitely have the passion. So I think that is needed. A lot of people, they don't. I'm a student of the game. I'm a student of just knowledge. So it's like I
Hmm.
like to sit around people that they're good in a certain area and just learn,
Hmm.
just soak it up and
Right.
just learn, because knowledge is power. So I see from the things, that's what I was saying earlier, your experiences, how it
Hmm.
all works together for what you're doing now. So you have the knowledge. So I
Hmm.
think you would be a great teacher for sound and music and stuff like that. Not
Oh,
only that, confidence.
yeah. Good.
Talent.
Well, confirmation. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. I thought about opening up like a little music school for like kindergartners and first graders. I know. I Because I used to teach kindergarten and first grade and I absolutely loved it. I loved every second of it. But here's the thing. I couldn't do the kind of modeling I wanted and be like a school teacher, you know, because the modeling's a little more sexy, you know. Yeah.
So
And I wanted to be respectful to myself and my students. So I had to choose. So at this moment, I'm focusing on just being a little more sexy model and doing more acting, and especially music, but just being a little more sexy.
So being a female in the game, you said you brought up the
Mhm.
word sexy. So you do your thing on the modeling and singing and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
you can be sexy and respected at the same time. What is a
Right.
misconception that people think just because you model when you wear sexy clothes, or you're proud of who you are? What's
Mhm.
one of the misconceptions that people have about you, or models in
Well,
general?
well, I mean, for me, it was that, well, you know, we don't want our students to take after her, you know, if she's doing a sexy modeling, because one of my goals, it's still a goal and I'm gonna get it done, was to be on either in like like on Playboy kind of thing, or to be in XL. I think it's this what's called a Maximum. No, it's Maximum. I wanted to be on the cover of Maximum. Yeah. Which I think it would be great. I think it'd be sexy, you know.
Definitely.
But I felt like I didn't want my, well, number one, my little baby cousin, because at the time he was a little baby cousin. I
Right.
didn't want my little baby cousin to see me like that sexy, you know? Or I didn't want my students to see me and be like, oh, that's Miss Jaleesa. Look at her. She's half naked. You know, I'm like, oh God, my babies, you know?
Right. Right. Right.
So yeah. It's and for as far as modeling industry, I think that there's a way to be classy about things. Now, here's the thing. How do I say this in a very tactful, beautiful way?
Right.
Um, Women don't always have to show all their skin to be heard. Let me just say it like that. We
This is
can still wear nice dresses and wear, you know, be covered up, or suits, pantsuits, whatever. And it's the way it's the way you present your conversation.
right.
So a lot of times in the music industry, and I'm hearing it a lot, and I think I'm starting to get away from a more of the rap kind of industry for females, because I'm hearing a lot of females use a lot of derogatory things. You don't always have to talk about sexual things to be heard. You
Right.
don't.
Right.
Sometimes a nice dress and poetry gets somebody. Sometimes a nice dress and you just giving a compliment to someone will get someone's attention, versus you talking about what you did last night in the bedroom, things, you know what I'm saying? I want to keep
Right.
things very classy. And that's what I
Definitely.
pray that the music game comes back to, class, you know, having being more classy.
Right. Having things, something of substance to say, like you said earlier,
Mhm.
having something to talk
Mhm.
about where it's not about my car or my jewelry or how good my
Mhm.
name is. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
that's cool, but what else? What else do you have to offer? So, like I said, you wear many hats. You're a woman of respect. I tip my hat to you. You're doing a
Thank
lot of
you.
things. We were talking
Thank
about
you.
the 20 bands premiere this Saturday.
Yes, this Saturday at 6 o'clock. Of course, I'm gonna be there. I'm really excited because I've never seen myself on the big screen. I'm gonna be in a movie.
Oh, so that's another accomplishment under your belt. Do you look forward to doing more acting?
Oh yes, a lot more. I've been in music videos, like acting in music videos, but this is completely different. I'm also really looking to be in more commercials, TV shows, magazines, and doing some more features. That's my goal. That's what I've written down as far as music concerned. I want to do more features. So
Definitely.
let's make it happen.
That, yo. So you said also you want to do model magazines. Have you been published in any magazines so far?
Have I? Well, I'm on the cover of a magazine, Bridge magazine,
Bridge.
that just for to promote for Black History Month, which is a Chicago Bridge magazine. Absolutely, thank you so much, Bridget. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. Thank you. I'd never been on that a cover of magazine, so for me to see that, I was like, wow, this is awesome. But I want to keep it pushing, keep it going. That was my first magazine cover as well. So I'm getting a lot of first this month. So woo woo.
Yep, right there. So all right, we know the elephant in the room is this coronavirus. How has the pandemic affected you and your career and your grind and the way you do things?
Well, before it was going out to the events, which the other thing you should know about me is I love to dance. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
dancing. Yes, I love dancing.
All
Yes.
right.
Yes, and before I was a part of a Wildin' Out, NC Wildin' Out models, which was so much fun for me. I loved it. That's how I gained a little bit more confidence to do what I'm doing now,
Right.
because that required me to step out of my shell a lot more, to be actually like interactive with people, like, hey, how you doing? Hey, look at me. And I got to dance on stage and I got to meet a lot of artists. It was so much fun. But of course, seasons come, and here we are now. The pandemic came and kind of shut that down, and so now I'm just doing more of like supporting and being out there as far as helping other artists get to be seen. So it's kind of pushed me back a little bit, but that's okay because it gave me time to really get things together and like think my next moves. So yeah.
I, I definitely understand that. So I seen the wilding out. I was gonna get to that later, but since you brought it up, what was that experience like? Besides the so you were actually like a model, a wilding out model.
Yeah. Man, I didn't know that I liked comedy. I didn't
Wow.
know that I liked comedy until I actually got, to be a part of the show. And I fell in love. I fell in love with comedy. And I didn't even know I was funny because they were like, the models need to be interactive because, Wild 'N Out was pretty interactive, right?
Yes.
And then
Yes.
one time I made a joke on stage and people laughed. And I was like, I'm funny too. so,
Wow. That personality.
so,
Yeah.
right, right. Let me put that under my belt. Funny comedian one day.
That's dope. That's dope right there. So how
Yeah.
long were you actually how long did the show last?
I want to say, oh man, was it like a good solid 7 months or so? I
Oh,
think so. Yeah, I think it started December like 2019. I think I want to say solid good 7 months. So yeah, it was I think so, or was it 20? No, it was 2019.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So it
yeah.
was all
Um,
improv or was it scripted?
well, some of the comedians they wrote their jokes and stuff, but my favorite was when like they would do the group jokes together, like this month
Right.
I used to love that, the family reunion song. It's my family
The
reunion. I
family.
loved it. Yes, yes. um and they would just come off the top of their head. That's how I knew a lot of those comedians were talented, like super talented. And I just,
Right.
like, yeah.
I definitely have a lot of respect for comedians because it's not easy, and
Oh
like you
yeah.
said, if you ever around a comedian, one thing that I learned, they're always in go mode. It's like even though the
Mhm.
camera's not rolling, they're still
Right,
comedians all the time. You going out to eat, they're in comedy
right,
mode
right. That's
all the time.
right.
Like yo, it's definitely fun to be around them. So you
Um,
found out you were funny.
yep,
You're an
yep.
actor.
Hmm.
How do you like the big screen versus the stage?
Well, I don't know about the big screen just yet because this is my first premiere. But as far as the focus on movie wise, I think I might do a little more directing too, to be honest, because I
Direct.
kind of like the behind the scenes of directing movies and stuff. I don't know. We'll just see. I like them both. I like them both. But yeah, I'm definitely for the stage at this point in the season. I definitely can't wait to get back on stage and start performing. That's what I'm trying to do. But I got to be careful because I also have to, I'm with my grandma, my family, and I want to protect them and keep them safe too. So.
That's definitely a fact right there. A lot of people I see they do the tiny desk and the virtual concerts with the voice
Mm-hmm,
that
mm-hmm.
you have. That's something that you would consider doing.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, I'm gonna, I have to get the proper equipment, but I thought about doing that too. The only thing is, I have like I said, a big voice, so I don't know. I don't want to disturb my neighbors. They might be trying to take a nap and then they hear this gorgeous sound. But so I just trying to be respectful. But I'm gonna do that, and I do some videos on Instagram just to give people little snippets. But I think
Right.
they need to hear a full out like ensemble kind of thing, which would be cool.
That would be dope. That would definitely be
Mhm.
dope right there. And you got the talent in you, so it's time to let it out and let the people
I
see it, let the world
know.
see it. So what can people expect for the rest of this year going into 2020, 22 from you?
Hmm. More music.
More music.
Way more music, and it's going to be different types of music because I'm actually, just to let you know, it's between me and you.
All right. What
um I'm
sounds good.
actually I'm actually gonna have come out with a mixtape.
Okay.
I know, a mixtape, but when you hear it you're gonna be like, okay, okay, we can rock with this, we can
That's
fucks with this.
yo, definitely. So how many songs is on the mixtape?
I'm gonna put 6 on there, and
6.
probably like a bonus song on there just because I like the number 7. But my goal is to have 6 songs on there, and I want
Okay.
them to be like different types of genre songs just to kind of challenge myself too, because I know I can sing, that's not the problem, but can I sing to this beat? Can I sing to this, this style? Can I sing when someone else is singing, like a
Wow.
overlay, ad-libbing, it's, I
Right.
want to challenge myself, so
In
we'll
that
see.
way. Okay. That would be
Mhm.
dope. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, it's
Definitely
gonna be
looking
exciting.
forward to that. So the mixtape, okay, we got the modeling out the way. So how is it behind the camera or in front of the camera? Which one do you like better?
Ah, can I say both?
You can say both and then tell me why.
Okay, I want to say both because behind the camera, I get to see different angles. I get to see different side. I get to learn more about people. I feel like behind the camera. And I kind of get to call the shots because that's my thing right now. Because before I didn't get to really make a lot of decisions, and I definitely want people to understand that I'm here to stay. Like I'm not going nowhere.
Right.
So whenever I come to the table, I want all ears to be listening because I have some things to say because I don't like repeating myself. So I
One
definitely,
time. You said
I
one
come
time.
here to make, I come right, I come here to make money, and when you put me on, I'm making them big $1 million. Okay, we're not playing with
Right.
no $20, no $50. We're playing with some $5 million.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. That sounds good. I think that sounds good to everybody right there.
Yes,
Definitely.
that's
Definitely.
right. Yeah.
Definitely. So that's behind the camera and being in front of the camera. How do you get in your zone? Like what goes through your mind when you're in a shoot or you have a theme? How do you get in your zone?
Well, I I like to meditate before I do anything. I like to say a little prayer, just because that's just me. And then I like to crack some jokes. To crack some
Lighten the
jokes just
mood?
to, yeah, yeah, just to, make things a little more mellow. I want everyone to have a good time because art is supposed to be fun. And that's another
Right.
thing. I see a lot of artists out here like really pushing and being so serious. Just have fun. Whatever you're doing, just do it with fun, do it real lighthearted, and just go with it, because I tried to do the music on the serious side, like be all serious about it. And the thing about it is I almost got signed to a record label actually.
Okay.
And I couldn't, I declined because I didn't want my creative ability to be taken away. They were going to wipe my whole Facebook, my whole Instagram, everything, and restart me and
Wow.
rebrand me all over again. And I just couldn't do it because I didn't want to
Right.
be somebody else's creation. I love how God made me, and I want people to see how God made me. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact right there. That's important
Yeah.
right there because a lot of people they
Yeah.
don't know. They think they can come in and they get on the big machine and that they're gonna do it their way. But a lot of times they'll take everything that you had, scrap it, like you said, and rebuild it to
Right.
what they
Right.
want you to be. So how
That's right.
important is that your identity and being a strong woman that wear many hats? I can tell like you're not feisty because you're a good heart, but at the same time you don't play games. So how
Right.
important is it to your identity and people understanding like the work that you put in? Because I know it's not easy doing the things you did. So let's talk
Mhm.
about how did you get to where you are now?
Oh man. I mean, just to sum it up, it was a lot of tears. I mean, everyone, and I always say everyone has a story. Everyone's been through something. Long story short, so I lost my mom when I was 7. And losing my mom really took me in a different direction because, as you grow up, you expect to have some kind of guidance, right?
Right.
But I didn't get that guidance. So bless my aunt's heart and my grandma's heart. I love them so much. I was raised by my grandparents, but I was also raised by my aunt too.
Right.
That's where I learned what a strong, independent woman really looks like. Because my aunt is definitely that. She is a strong, independent woman. I mean, pay all her bills, work 40 times over hours. She does it all. No,
Right.
she don't have to ask a man for nothing. Um,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. I came from a strong line of women, and just to see how spiritually strong they were, as well as their ability to get up and pick up the pieces without a lot of drama and chaos and commotion, I had to
Right.
learn and adapt to that. And me, I was I started off very sensitive and quiet. People don't know this, but I love to read books. I love to read. I love
Right.
being quiet. I love to read. I love peace. I love being peaceful. But when my mom passed away, that's when I started coming out of my shell a little more. That's where I started writing poetry. That's where I started, writing the novels and trying to get published, which I did get published. I actually got my poetry published 3 times. Um,
Okay.
and yeah, and if I can find it, I'll definitely post that and share it. But yeah, I I really had to get strong quickly. And the other thing is, when you lose a parent that early in your life, you have to adapt. Because a lot of times it's cruel because the world is not expecting you to lose your mom or your dad that time. So when you lose them,
Right.
it's like, well, what do I do? Who am I? What do I do? Who's gonna guide me? So
Exactly. You feel
yeah,
kind
that's
of lost, like a piece of you is gone.
right. Right. That's exactly right. You're right. So because my mom was my best friend. I mean, we watched scary movies together. We would stay up and eat ice cream. So when I lost her, I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? But that's
Right.
why my other goal is to start a nonprofit. And I know that's probably like, man, that's another thing she wants to do.
Oh no, I mean, don't ever let people tell you that because it's like we only here for a limited amount of time. So it's like God gives us ideas, we're supposed to do something with it. And I want to hear about the nonprofit. What type of
Yeah.
nonprofit do you want to do?
My goal, and I've already been working on it, but I want to implement some kind of way where everyone who has lost their mom or dad can communicate and connect with each other. Um,
Wow.
and I don't just want to put a website out and then just start, pushing products. No, I want to talk to them. I want to meet them. I want to interact with them, pray with them, help them out. If they need money, if they need, clothes, that's what I want. I want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely
So
understand that. I definitely
yeah.
understand. So the way that the world we live in now and the message that a lot of radio and stuff is portraying or pushing, what
Mm-hmm.
advice would you give to a younger you, let's say 15 years ago? What advice would you give them growing up in 2021? What would you tell yourself?
Save your money, invest properly, and don't worry about boys.
Right.
If I ever have a daughter, I'm gonna tell her, do not be bothered with those knuckleheads because because they do not care about your well-being or your education in this moment in time. They do not care about you being successful. Do you focus on you, and then when you get older, then you can think about having a boyfriend, but don't ever need to be with a man for any reason. You don't need him. You can want to have him there and he can be a blessing to you, or you can choose to let him go.
Right.
Right.
Right. Never settle or put yourself in a
Right.
situation where you feel like you're stuck.
Right, right. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Yeah. And
Definitely.
learn how to invest and get your credit right.
That's important right there. A lot of people they don't think of the seriousness, but definitely with credit and definitely learning how to invest because that's the long term goals right there.
Right. That's
Right.
right. That's right. Yeah. That's right.
So for the young guys out there, you listen to any rap music?
I do. I do. I like Kendrick Lamar. I love Kendrick Lamar. I love Wale. Who else do I like? Of course, everyone likes Drake. Everyone mostly likes Drake that I know. Jay-Z. I like Blueface. I know. I know. Um, yeah. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I can
Nothing
name a
wrong with it.
lot.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Nah, is that wrong with it? Nah, go ahead. I mean, it's cool. But the thing I was gonna say for the young men that's growing up or the
Mhm,
young guys that's coming up is like I see a lot
mhm,
of gang and a lot of negative from a strong woman. What advice would
mhm,
you give to the young brothers out there, or even the men? From a young woman, what's your standpoint of like the mindset of where they're trying to program us to go, and where should we be
mhm.
today?
Um, well, I'm gonna say it like this. I think the young men, the boys and the young men should learn how to heal. I know. They're like, heal. Yes, heal. Because once you can heal spiritually, heal emotionally, mentally, you will be in the right place at the right time and you'll be able to connect. You won't have to worry about she said, and all this drama. Your spirit will be able to pick up on the things that you need in order to survive.
Right.
Okay. Heal.
That's
Heal from your
definitely
childhood traumas, heal from your broken relationships, heal from your bad job, heal from your bad attitude, heal from your addictions. Just heal. And it's not going to be overnight. You got to take some time to do it, but it's possible to do. Yeah.
That's a fact right there. That's definitely a
Yeah.
fact right there. That's definitely a fact. So again, coming from Havelock, you're in Raleigh now. What
Mm-hmm.
places have you been, and what places would you like to go? Like which one were your favorite, and which places that you haven't been to yet that you look forward to going to see the
Are
world?
you saying like states?
States, countries, is up to you.
Um, well, I've been to Virginia.
Virginia.
I've been through Tennessee. I've been to Florida. Um, I've been to Ohio. I have not been to Georgia yet.
Okay.
And the other thing is, I've never been to Georgia, and I've also never been to a strip club. I never been to a
Wow.
strip club. I never been. I know. I hope that I don't get cut off for that. But
Now
um,
you
I've
can
never
get
experienced going to a strip club. I would like to experience one, just one time, only because I just want the experience. Okay,
right,
so yeah.
right. Okay, okay. I would have never expected you to say that, but that's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
I,
So,
I never been, so I just want to do that. But yeah, outside the country, I want to go to Spain. I've always wanted to go to Spain. My grandfather used to have a little, well, I think his family used to own a little island called Saint Lucia, or have part of it, and they used to grow
right,
banana trees on Saint Lucia. I want to travel
right,
there. Yeah, and then I want to go to like the Virgin Islands,
definitely.
Barbados, Jamaica. I've never been to Jamaica. Have you been to Jamaica?
Never been to Jamaica, but I smoke like I'm Jamaican, but I never been to Jamaica. No, I never been, but I definitely would like to go before I leave. I definitely would like to go.
Man, that's yeah, that would be so fun. I would like to get like a group, like a big group together and then go. That'd be super fun. The other thing my goal is once I get to where I want to be, I want to have like a debut party, a big theme debut party for NC Talent's Vibe. It's gonna be a yacht party.
That's dope. That's dope right there. That would definitely be dope, and a lot of people not doing that, so that's definitely something to put together right there.
Yeah, it'd be
Definitely,
fun.
definitely. So with the modeling, have you done fashion shows outside of NC or mostly in NC or?
Yeah. It's mostly in North Carolina. Of course I work a regular job, so right now
True.
that's what I do. So traveling, it's very hard to get days off. We don't have, especially when you're low staff, but yeah. Anyway, um, I want to go and do more fashion shows. I did get offered to go do a fashion show in Georgia, but of course I had to request off and didn't have the time, but that's my goal. I want to be like New York Fashion Week, London
Right.
Fashion Week. I want to do it. I think I can. I believe I can do it. So that's my goal. That's where I want to get to if I'm gonna do the modeling thing. But it all depends on where God needs me, to be honest. Because if God wants me to do more acting, then that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do more acting.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. And I'm surprised because you have the height. You real like you said, you're 6 feet on in the morning, 6 feet, and then the
Right.
6 inch hill. So definitely I can see you at Fashion Week in New York and London. You can do it. And then, like you said, you're doing your thing in the acting, you're doing your thing in
Yep.
the
Yep.
singing.
Yep.
So it's like it's many doors that's gonna open up and just keep pushing the envelope, keep going, reaching for
Believe
the stars.
it. I
And
believe it.
I'm definitely excited to have you here. I'm definitely excited even more because it's like you see people online, or you may see from crossing in paths, but you don't really have a conversation with a person.
Right.
The
Right.
conversation, from what I pick up on this conversation, is like you really have a good heart for people, which is dope.
Yeah. Thank you.
And in the
Yeah.
world that we live in now, a lot of people they so caught up on them. But it's like I hear you saying helping people. I hear the laughing. I see you having fun and you having a good time. It's like a good spirit. Even though you've been through some things, you didn't let it
Mhm.
stop you.
Right.
You didn't
Right.
let it
Like
stop you.
me.
And you learn how to use that as like an energy to motivate you to do
Yeah.
more.
Oh
So
yeah.
I
Ooh.
definitely tip my hat off to you because it's like being a man in the industry. A
Yeah.
lot of women they limit themselves to like they stay in one thing, but it's like you is like you're trying different things, and not only you're trying, you excelling at them,
Thank you. Yeah.
and that's motivation. So like any female that's like I would, but they're in their own head. I can't do
Mhm.
that or da 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 da. Until you try, you never know what you can do. And
Right.
you say you keep saying, well, I don't want to say. The more you keep doing, you're just showing other
Mhm.
women it could be done. Look at Kamala.
Right. Right.
You know what
Right.
I mean? So it's like I salute you as a woman with a good head on your shoulders,
Thank
good
you.
woman with goals, and you're actually making things happen. And I'm not just saying that. It's like even with the
Mhm.
NC talent with the promotion and marketing. I do a little marketing and promotion on my own. It's hard. A lot of people don't know what
Mhm.
goes into that.
Right.
How did you wind up in that lane where you became a promoter and a marketer doing the write-ups and stuff like
So I used to, well, I guess it started back in high school, but I would put flyers. Like my friends would have little events, and I would go and post flyers and talk to people in real life in real time. And I said, this is easy. I love being around the people. I love giving them free stuff.
that?
um, so and that's where that came from. But it really started with the articles. Once I submitted my first article, I was like, wow, this is pretty awesome. I'm good at writing. The artist likes, how I wrote the article, and it helps them, and I can push it whenever I want to. So
Right,
that's where that started from. It is, and behind the scenes, you're right. It is hard to do because you have to balance that with your work life, family life, business, and it's hard. So I always tell people, I will get back to you as soon as I can. So give me some time because the other thing is I'm about good quality. I do
right,
not. I refuse to put my name on anything that is sloppy, that is disorganized, that is chaotic, that don't make sense. I refuse.
right.
I
Because
want
that's
people to know me for good quality. Right, right.
that makes sense. That definitely
Yeah,
makes sense right there. And it's like I could tell you put your heart in your work. You're passionate when you talk.
yeah,
You
yeah.
definitely like you said. So it's like you definitely you have it figured out. Like yo, you can't just put out sloppy things and think good stuff is gonna happen. So I salute you
Mm-mm,
on that. And how
mm-mm,
important for artists is they do the music and they put out a project
mm-hmm,
from wearing that hat, not the artist hat, from the promotional side, the marketing.
mm-hmm,
How
mm-hmm.
important is the promotion and the marketing for the project after you do it?
Very. That's why I don't know if you know. That's why you always see me. People like, dang, she's on Instagram, Facebook at some 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. That's right, because I am promoting my articles. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. It's very important because the other thing is, you never know, and you probably heard this before. You never know who's looking. You never know who's gonna see you. And I
That's a fact.
actually had some results recently where I was pushing an artist, and a record label saw them and wanted to contact them and reach out to them, and I was like, wow, congratulations, like that's wonderful.
Right. And that's a beautiful thing right there that you had a part in that. So that definitely is like rewarding in itself, even though you may not be looking for something out of it. To see
Mhm.
people rise and then they get their
Yeah.
flowers, they shine. That feels good from behind the scenes. So the same energy that you're giving out to artists, I pray that other people get behind you and help you get up,
Mhm.
and vice versa. So the
Thank
support that
you.
you're giving, we definitely at Scion 919 at the Proof, we definitely got your back.
Thank you.
Anything
Thank
we
you.
can do to help push you further, I'm always around. For
Thank
any
you.
last words for anybody that's trying to inspire to do the things that you do, any advice that you would give them, and for anybody that's home watching, what advice would
Mhm.
you give them for the way that the world is and the situation that we're living in right now? Even in Texas with the freezing over and people going through things,
Mhm.
what advice would you give them and any words of encouragement before you go?
Yes. Couple of things. Stay healthy. Stay healthy as much as possible, and treat people with kindness. I know. It can be hard, especially when have bills to pay. Maybe you might have lost your job. Maybe your kids are screaming and yelling. It could be really hard, but it is very rewarding. If you can if you can just sit back and just be silent, while the chaos is going on, you're going to be a lot better off for it, as far as your spiritual is concerned, as far as your peace of mind. That's another thing. Keep your peace of mind, whatever you can do. Read a book, take a bath, listen to music, whatever it is, just be peaceful in your mind, because if your mind is chaos, you will never accomplish anything. You have to be peaceful in your mind. The other thing I want you to do is, like I said, stay healthy, and you can stay healthy with Tava. I have a company product named Tava, and it's actually pretty good. I like the coffee and the energy pills. So if you want free samples of that, let me know, and I can definitely send them to you. But I do want people to try the Tava products. So be peaceful, try the Tava products, and be kind. Treat people with respect and be kind. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a fact right there. That's definitely a fact right there. NC Talent Vibes, they can reach you on Instagram. Where can they reach you on Facebook?
Right. So it's going to be Remedy Maiden, and then NC Talents Vibe is its own separate page as well. And then, of course, you can always go to the website, NC Talents Vibe website as well. So, and it has everything there: the Tava, the modeling, the music, the articles, everything.
Okay, and that's nctalentsvibe.com or what's the
That's right.
.com? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
like I said, I appreciate you coming through. We look forward to
Thank
having
you.
you again. The music
Yeah.
is definitely on the way.
All
SDS
right. Yes, it is.
Radio, we need you to submit that song to SDS Radio. The song that we played in the beginning,
Hmm.
is that a single or what song is that?
That's a single. It's called You Were Mine.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Okay, where can they find?
And on all platforms, the Spotify, oh man, Spotify, it's on my Instagram, it's on my Facebook, it's on Google Play, everywhere. So just look for it, and I'll put the link on my page so you guys can find it. But yeah, and you said I can submit to what radio station?
SDS Radio. We're gonna talk about it. It's fine.
Oh
SDS Radio. We're gonna
yeah.
talk about
Okay.
it.
Okay.
We're gonna work it out, yo. We had
Oh
talked about
yeah.
it before, but we're gonna try and make that happen.
Oh yes. Oh yes. It's not try. We're going to make it happen,
We're gonna make it happen.
and we're
Hold
gonna
me
do
to it.
ching ching.
Definitely. I said it on the air. We're definitely gonna make that happen. And again, yo, I salute you. Much success, much
Thank
love.
you.
Appreciate you coming through. Any words before we sign off?
No, just be safe, and thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love everybody. You guys are so wonderful. Thank you for people who support me. It's been a rough road, but we're making it. And like I said before, or if I didn't say it, I'm going to be, as soon as I get to where I need to be, I'm pulling everybody with me. It's a team effort. It's a family. And so I love you guys so much. I love you.
Yeah, yo, definitely appreciate you coming through. Remedy Maiden, y'all. Salute NC Talents vibe. We appreciate you.
Thank you guys. Bye.
All right.